Navier's electric flying boat. Meet the N30, America's first fully electric hydrofoiling boat. At 30 feet long, this high-performance powerboat isn't just fast, it actually lifts above the water. Thanks to its hydrofoils, it glides smoothly at 16 knots, leaving the waves behind. With a range of 75 nautical miles, it's perfect for coastal cruises or open-sea adventures. But the N30 is more than just speed. It's packed with smart tech, including an advanced assistive autopilot. And future software updates? They'll make fully self-driving trips a reality. Luxury, efficiency, and innovation come together in a boat that's redefining what marine travel can be. The N30 isn't just a ride, it's the next wave of boating. SeaWo. 3 students in Switzerland looked at a simple question: why should stairs stop a wheelchair? Their answer became a self-balancing electric chair that moves where most can't. On flat ground, it drives like a normal wheelchair. Smooth, agile, easy to turn, but when stairs appear, everything changes. Hidden rubber tracks deploy beneath the chair. The system shifts its center of gravity. The seat stays level, the rider stays calm. To climb, the chair moves backward, slow and controlled. To descend, it rolls forward with the same precision. At every step, sensors adjust the angle in real time. No manual lifting, no risky transfers. The chair automatically transitions from floor to stairs and back again. Control is simple: use a joystick, or just lean slightly and let the system respond. Back on the ground, the wheels take over. Curbs, tram tracks, grass, mud, loose stones. It handles them all and can even spin in place. This isn't just a wheelchair that drives. It's a wheelchair that adapts. And that changes where independence is possible. Squeaky clean feet. Imagine stepping out of the shower with feet that actually feel refreshed, not rushed. That's the idea behind squeaky clean feet. Instead of bending, balancing, or scrubbing by hand, this foot scrubber does the work for you. It stays firmly in place with suction cups while you move your feet across it naturally. The surface combines a pumice stone with hundreds of soft bristles designed to wash, exfoliate, and stimulate at the same time. As you use it, circulation improves, odors are reduced, and everyday buildup is gently removed. Regular use can even help lower the risk of common foot issues caused by poor hygiene. Simple to install, easy to use, suitable for nearly anyone. If healthier, cleaner feet matter to you, this is a small upgrade with a big payoff. Van Hall Venice. Picture a machine that feels more like an experience than a vehicle. The Venice Autocycle throws you back to the spirit of classic roadsters, but with modern engineering underneath. It rides on 3 wheels and keeps the cabin open, so every drive feels raw, exposed, and intentional. Under the hood sits a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine pushing 194 horsepower. That power-to-weight balance makes it quick, responsive, and surprisingly agile for city runs or open roads. This machine doesn't come cheap. The 2023 model starts at just under $300,000, placing it firmly in the luxury performance category. Buyers can choose bold exterior finishes like gunmetal gray or royal blue, paired with a tan interior that leans heavily into premium styling. Inside, comfort hasn't been ignored. Heated seats, Bluetooth audio, and cruise control all come standard. The Venice rolls on polished 18-inch wheels, giving it a stance that looks aggressive without trying too hard. And if the base version isn't enough, higher trims take things further. Renault Float. Meet a bold idea from Renault, a concept car that rethinks how vehicles move and interact with cities. This isn't shaped like a typical car. Its near-spherical design allows it to glide smoothly in any direction, making tight urban spaces easier to navigate. Movement feels fluid, almost effortless. The exterior tells its own story. A translucent skin can shift color and transparency on demand, letting the vehicle adapt its look in real time. It's not just design, it's communication. Step inside, and the focus changes to people. The cabin is open and spacious, designed to be adjusted around your needs. Comfort comes first, with seamless digital connectivity built into every surface. This concept is made for autonomous travel. Advanced sensors and AI systems constantly read the environment, aiming to deliver a ride that's both secure and efficient. More than a car, it's a vision. One where urban mobility is flexible, user-focused, and mindful of the environment. This is how Renault imagines moving through the cities of tomorrow. Meet the Nerf TerraScout, a remote-controlled blaster that mixes mobility, live video, and dart action into one oversized machine. Instead of pulling a trigger by hand, you drive this thing. 2 joysticks handle movement, letting the Terror Scout roll forward, reverse, or spin on the spot without needing much room. The tank-style treads grip well, whether it's carpet, grass, or rough flooring. Up front is a rotating blaster fed by a large 35-dart drum on the Recon version. It fires standard elite darts. Tap the trigger for single shots, or hold it down to unload fast. Everything you see through the vehicle's camera, streamed live back to your controller. You can also save your runs. Slide in an SD card and record footage directly from the Terror Scout's point of view. While the packaging mentions HD video, most users report the image looks closer to standard definition, clear enough for navigation and aiming, but not crisp cinema quality video. Setup is simple. The blaster module locks onto the main body, and you're ready to drive. Steering stays smooth even in tight spaces, thanks to its ability to rotate in place. The Recon model stands out with a darker color scheme and higher dart capacity, but performance stays the same as the original. Speed, controls, and firing behavior are identical. This isn't an autonomous robot. There's no programming or self-driving mode, it only moves when you tell it to. And because the electronics are exposed, it's a strict no-go around water. It's bigger and heavier than a normal dart blaster, but that's the trade-off for combining remote driving, live video feedback, and foam dart firing into one system. All of that comes at a premium, with a price tag around $1,757 from Nerf. Bionic bird. Imagine a robotic bird that doesn't just flap its wings, but flies like the real thing. These bionic birds are fast, agile, and incredibly precise. They can pull off tight loops, sharp turns, and smooth formations, all while navigating indoors using a radio-based positioning system. No pilot needed, the entire flock can move on its own, sharing the same airspace without collisions. The real secret is weight. Just like in nature, lighter means smarter. Less mass requires less energy, fewer materials, and better control. With a body length of about 44 centimeters and a wingspan of 68 centimeters, each bird weighs only 42 grams. That's lighter than most smartphones. Now look at the wings. They aren't solid panels. Instead, they're built from thin, flexible lamellae that overlap like roof tiles. These elements are strong, ultra-light, and mounted on a carbon structure, just like bones in a real bird's wing. When the wing moves upward, the lamellae spread apart, letting air pass through. That reduces resistance and saves energy. On the downstroke, they close together, creating a solid surface that generates powerful lift. The result is smoother motion and more efficient flight than older flapping wing designs. Inside the body, everything is packed with surgical precision. A wing flapping mechanism, tail control, communication hardware, sensors, battery, gearbox, circuit boards, and multiple motors all fit into an incredibly tight space, without throwing off balance. This level of engineering didn't come from copying nature blindly. It came from understanding it deeply. Projects like the Bionic Swift developed by Festo show what happens when biology and robotics meet at the right level. These birds aren't just machines that fly. They're machines that learned how flying actually works. Brooder EXP4. Meet the Brooder Express 4, a compact off-road camper built for people who don't stop when the road ends. This trailer is engineered for extreme terrain. Its advanced suspension absorbs rough tracks, deep ruts, and rocky trails, keeping the ride controlled and stable even far from pavement. That makes it a strong choice for serious overlanding, not just weekend camping. Despite its tough exterior, the Express 4 focuses heavily on comfort. Inside, you get a fully insulated cabin designed for all climates, smart storage solutions, and a layout that feels efficient rather than cramped. Step outside, and there's an integrated exterior kitchen ready for life off-grid. Self-sufficiency is a major strength here. The trailer can be equipped with solar power, large water storage, and energy systems that let you stay remote for days at a time without relying on campsites or hookups. What sets this camper apart is balance. It blends rugged durability with premium features, offering a refined experience without sacrificing off-road capability. Pricing for the Brooder Express 4 starts around $65,000, with the final cost rising based on custom options and upgrades. It's not entry-level, but for explorers who demand performance and comfort in the wild, it's built to justify the price. Designed by Brooder Expedition, the Express 4 isn't just a trailer. It's a mobile base camp for serious adventure.
Suzuki B-Plane. Imagine a motorcycle built to feel less like a road machine, and more like an aircraft in motion. Back in 2007, Suzuki revealed a radical concept bike that instantly turned heads. It was called the Suzuki Biplane, and it wasn't designed to follow tradition. It was designed to make riders feel like they were flying. The entire concept revolved around openness. No canopy, no enclosure, just the rider, the machine, and the air rushing past. The exposed structure was inspired by early aircraft, giving the bike a lightweight, skeletal look that felt more aviation than motorcycle. Power came from a liquid-cooled, 4-stroke V-type engine. Suzuki never officially confirmed the engine's displacement, but the setup emphasized balance and smooth delivery rather than raw speed. This wasn't about racing, it was about sensation. Braking duties were handled by disc brakes at both the front and rear, providing modern stopping power to match the futuristic design. Even though the bike looked unconventional, its core components were firmly rooted in contemporary engineering. By 2008, the Suzuki Biplane stood as a bold statement rather than a production promise. A machine that blurred the line between road and sky, and showed just how far motorcycle design could stretch when imagination takes the lead.
RRYZR. China's auto giant SAIC Automotive has been giving its designers a lot of freedom lately, and the results are getting wild. Inside the SAIC design studio, experimental concepts are turning into rolling ideas. One of the most eye-catching is the RRYZR. This isn't a normal electric car. It's an open-air, four-wheel EV built to make the driver feel exposed, connected, and fully aware of the surroundings. No heavy cabin, no isolation, just you and the road. Up front, the RRYZR runs on two slim, hubless wheels. They're narrow, curved, and shaped more like motorcycle tires than car rubber. The design immediately tells you this thing isn't about comfort cruising. At the rear, everything changes. Two wide, chunky wheels sit close together, giving the vehicle a planted stance. That tire shape isn't just for looks, it's meant to let the vehicle lean into corners, motorcycle style. And yes, that lean is where most of the fun comes from. The steering system pushes the concept even further. There's no physical link between the controls and the wheels. Everything is handled electronically. The steering unit itself sits on a central arm that can swing from one side of the vehicle to the other, adapting to different driving positions. This isn't a car designed for mass production. It's a statement, a glimpse at how far designers can go when rules are optional, and imagination takes the wheel. Skyway technology. Skyway technology stands out for one simple reason. It delivers modern transport without the massive price tag. Unlike traditional transit systems, Skyway is designed to do more with less. Its construction costs are dramatically lower because it uses far fewer heavy materials. Less steel, less reinforced concrete, smarter engineering. The result is a strong, reliable structure that doesn't waste resources. Operating costs tell the same story. Compared to rail networks, road transport, and even magnetic levitation trains, Skyway is far cheaper to build and run. In some cases, the cost difference is extreme, reaching reductions many times lower than conventional monorail systems. Projects built on this model can come in at around $300 million, a figure that has already drawn public attention in major infrastructure discussions. And because Skyway systems are elevated, they avoid expensive ground-level work. There's little need for land leveling, tunneling, or mountain drilling. In short, Skyway rethinks transportation economics. It cuts material use, simplifies construction, and lowers long-term costs, without sacrificing performance or safety. Tire-flying cars. Imagine a future where your car doesn't just drive, it lifts off. This concept is called the A-Tire, a futuristic design aimed at autonomous flying vehicles. Instead of using separate wheels and propellers, this single component does both jobs. On the ground, it works like a regular wheel, but unlike today's tires, it has no air inside. That non-pneumatic design makes it tougher, more resistant to damage, and better suited for constant use. When it's time to take off, everything changes. The wheel shifts into a horizontal position. Its flexible spokes begin to spin, generating lift like a propeller. No extra wings, no external rotors. The entire system runs on an electric motor, with projected flight speeds reaching up to 150 miles per hour, at least in theory. Right now, this tire is still just a concept, but Goodyear believes ideas like this could redefine transportation. fewer mechanical parts, more efficient vehicles, and potentially less traffic and pollution in crowded cities. It's not on the road or in the sky yet, but it offers a glimpse of how driving and flying could one day merge into a single motion. Hassel Mars Habitat. Imagine landing on Mars and walking into a home that was built before you even arrived. That's the idea behind the Hassel Mars Habitat, a future-focused concept designed to support real human life on the red planet. The project was created for NASA's 3D Printed Habitat Challenge in 2017, and it rethinks how astronauts could safely live on Mars for long periods of time. Construction happens in two smart stages. First, robotic systems arrive years ahead of humans. Using Martian soil, they build a thick outer shell. This protective layer is designed to block harmful radiation, withstand dust storms, and survive Mars' extreme conditions, all without human risk. Once the shell is ready, the second phase begins. Inside that hardened structure, inflatable living modules are installed. These pods form the actual living space, bedrooms, work areas, research labs, and even greenhouses for growing food. Everything astronauts need to live, work, and stay healthy is contained within this protected environment. The result is a habitat that's not just survivable, but livable. By combining local materials, robotic construction, and expandable living spaces, this design moves Mars exploration from science fiction toward reality. And it shows how humanity could take its first true step into becoming a multi-planet species. U-Bot Works Nemo. Meet the Nemo by U-Bot Works, a personal submarine designed for modern explorers. This isn't just any sub. Nemo combines luxury, elegance, and cutting-edge engineering to take you deep beneath the waves. Available in 1- and 2-seater models, it's perfect for solo adventures or shared underwater journeys. What sets Nemo apart? Its design is award-winning. Lightweight at around 2,500 kg and compact at just 1.55 meters tall, it's more space-efficient than 2 jet skis. That means easy handling, whether launching from a boat, a beach, or even a trailer. Simplicity meets innovation. Nemo's user-focused design has even earned a prestigious Red Dot Award, proving that thoughtful engineering can be both functional and beautiful. And now, thanks to U-Bot Works' steep pricing strategy, this high-tech submarine is more accessible than ever. The Nemo 1 starts at $545,000, ideal for solitary explorers. The Nemo 2, built for teamwork and shared adventures, goes for $590,000. Dive in. Experience the ocean like never before. Renault Microcycle. Picture this. A one-wheeled electric bike that looks intimidating, but rides surprisingly smooth. This is the Renault Motors Microcycle, and it solves a problem most people don't expect: fear. A single wheel sounds unstable, but this machine is built to do the balancing for you. At the center is a massive 25-inch motorcycle tire. That wide footprint keeps the ride steady while topping out around 10 miles per hour. It's not built for racing, it's built for control. Even steep streets aren't an issue. Handling inclines up to a 20-degree grade with ease. Power comes from removable rechargeable batteries. Plug it into a standard 12-volt DC charger, wait about 6 hours, and you're good to go. One full charge delivers roughly 10 miles of range, or about an hour if you ride at max speed. Those same batteries also run the built-in LED headlights and the illuminated dashboard, so everything you need is right in front of you, even in low light. The real surprise comes when you ride it. The microcycle balances itself instantly. No wobble, no fight. You simply lean forward to move, lean back to slow down. Most riders figure it out in seconds. It may look extreme, but the experience is calm, intuitive, and far safer than you'd expect. Once you're on it, the fear disappears, and the fun kicks in. Tracker 800SX. Meet the Tracker 800SX, a side-by-side built to deliver serious capability without the premium price tag. Right from the start, it focuses on strength and practicality. Electronic power steering keeps handling smooth, even on rough terrain. Around back, a 1,000-pound tilting cargo bed with lift assist makes loading and dumping effortless. Inside, the cabin feels solid and comfortable, designed for real work days, not just short rides. Power comes from an 812cc, 3-cylinder engine pushing out 50 horsepower and 48 foot-pounds of torque, more than enough for trails, farms, and job sites. Durability is clearly a priority. A full-length skid plate protects the underside, while disc brakes on all 4 corners provide confident stopping power. At idle, Noise stays low at just 58 decibels, keeping the ride calm and controlled. When traction matters, the selectable 2WD and 4WD system steps in, paired with an electronic locking differential. Suspension travel measures 10 inches up front and 9.5 inches in the rear, helping the 800SX stay composed over uneven ground. It can tow up to 1 ton, making it just as useful for hauling as it is for riding. And despite all this capability, the Tracker 800SX can start at around $1,899. Color options include green, blue, and a bold fiery red. Corsair 880 Triton. Meet the Corsair 880 Triton, a trimaran built for people who want speed, space, and real offshore confidence. This boat isn't just about looks. It's engineered to feel fast and stable the moment it hits the water. The slim, aerodynamic hulls cut through waves, while modern composite materials keep everything light and responsive. At just under 8.8 meters long and nearly 6.8 meters wide, the 880 offers surprising room. There's space to move, relax, and travel comfortably, whether you're out for a day run or spending extended time offshore. It genuinely feels like a small floating home, not a cramped performance boat. Comfort hasn't been sacrificed for speed. The Corsair 880 includes full onboard systems and smart layout choices that make long trips practical, not exhausting. This trimaran comes from Corsair Marine, a brand known for blending racing DNA with everyday usability. That focus shows in the handling, quick to respond, stable at speed, and forgiving in changing conditions. Pricing reflects the technology and build quality. The base model starts around $138,000, with higher performance variants costing significantly more. In short, the Corsair 880 Triton is designed for sailors who want freedom on the water without giving up comfort, control, or cutting-edge design. Air Yacht Concept. Imagine a luxury yacht that doesn't just sail the ocean, it lifts off into the sky. This bold concept from Air Yacht rethinks what extreme wealth could look like in the future. Instead of choosing between air travel and sea travel, this design blends both into a single flying superyacht. The structure is built around a lightweight carbon fiber core, giving it the balance needed to take off, land, and even touch down on water. On either side, two massive blimp-style airships provide lift and stability, each packed with energy tanks designed for long-range travel. Power comes from renewable gases like helium and hydrogen, allowing the yacht to stay airborne for up to 48 hours at a time. For safety, an inflatable lower deck acts as a cushion during water landings, adding an extra layer of protection. Inside, the experience is pure luxury. There are 10 private suites, a large living area, and an elegant dining space. At the center of the vessel, a swimming pool sits beneath open views, while a helipad makes arrivals effortless, even in the middle of the ocean. According to designer Pier Paolo Lazzarini, this concept isn't meant for mass production. Mars Sample Return. Imagine holding a piece of Mars in a lab on Earth. That's the goal of the Mars Sample Return campaign. The plan starts on the surface. Perseverance is already drilling into Martian rock, sealing samples, and leaving them behind like a trail of breadcrumbs. Next comes the hard part. A future lander will touch down, collect those tubes, and fire them off Mars using a small rocket. That launch sends the samples into orbit around another planet. Waiting above is an orbiter. It will track the container, grab it mid-space, and begin the long journey back to Earth. Why go through all this trouble? Because these samples could reveal how Mars formed, and whether life ever existed there. But the mission isn't smooth sailing. Costs have surged toward an estimated $10 billion. Timelines are slipping, with a return now expected in the late 2030s. To keep the mission alive, NASA is rethinking the approach. Together with the European Space Agency, it's also looking beyond government programs. Private aerospace companies may hold the key. New partnerships could simplify the plan, cut costs, and bring Mars closer than ever before. Mansory Flying Hypercar. Picture a machine that refuses to stay on the ground. The Mansory Flying Hypercar isn't just about speed or status, it's about redefining how we move. At first glance, it looks like a sculpted hypercar built for the road. Low stance, aggressive lines, extreme luxury inside, but this isn't where the story ends. With a single command, everything changes. Hidden wings deploy, the rear shifts into flight position. What was built to dominate asphalt now prepares to lift straight into the air. This concept blends two worlds that rarely meet. Automotive performance meets aerospace ambition. The result is a vision where driving seamlessly turns into flying, without sacrificing comfort, control, or design. Imagine bypassing traffic by rising above it. Imagine highways that don't end at the horizon but continue into open sky. That's the future this machine hints at. Yes, the engineering challenges are enormous. Stability, safety, propulsion, nothing about this is simple. But that's exactly the point. The Mansory flying hypercar isn't just a vehicle concept. It's a statement, a reminder that innovation never stands still, and that humanity will always push beyond the limits of what seems possible. Steamboat AR-6 Stinger II. Meet the AR-6 Stinger II from Steamboat, a compact crossbow built for speed, control, and flexibility. This isn't a one-shot setup. A 6-bolt magazine lets you send multiple shots downrange back-to-back, cutting downtime when it matters. The design is modular, so you can tune it to your style instead of adapting to the tool. Up top and along the sides, Picatinny rails give you room for optics, lights, or lasers. There's even onboard storage for small accessories, keeping essentials within reach. The body uses impact and UV-resistant polymer, keeping weight low without sacrificing durability. An adjustable, AR-style stock helps dial in comfort and balance for different shooters. Up front, a fiber optic sight speeds up target acquisition for quick, confident aiming. Power is customizable too. Swap limb options to match your preferred draw weight, and use speed loaders to refill the magazine in seconds. Fast, lightweight, adaptable, the AR-6 Stinger II is built to keep you moving and ready for whatever comes next. TED Pop Rooftop Tent. Imagine pulling into your campsite and being fully set up before anyone else finishes parking. This rooftop tent is built for people who want comfort without wasting time. It opens smoothly and locks into place in just a few minutes, turning your vehicle into an instant shelter. No complicated steps, no frustration. The materials are tough and weather-ready, designed to handle wind, rain, and changing conditions so you can sleep confidently wherever you stop. Inside, there's enough space to stretch out, store your gear, and actually relax after a long day on the road. Smart details make a big difference. Ventilation panels keep the airflow fresh. A solid ladder gives you safe, easy access. Everything feels stable, secure, and purpose-built. Whether you're escaping for the weekend or living the overland lifestyle, this rooftop tent transforms how you camp, faster setup, better sleep, and more time to enjoy the adventure itself.
Full Moon Motorcycle Asterisk. Imagine a motorcycle that feels less like a machine and more like a moving concept car. That's the Full Moon motorcycle. This radical build comes from a collaboration between a Krapovic and Dreamakin motorcycles, and it breaks almost every visual rule we associate with bikes. The first thing you notice is the front wheel, a massive 30-inch disc made from aluminum and carbon fiber. It's smooth, solid, and shaped to resemble a full moon rolling across the road. The bodywork flows as one continuous metal surface, stretching seamlessly into the exhausts. No sharp breaks. No exposed clutter. Everything looks sculpted, not assembled. Underneath that futuristic skin is a classic heart, a 1,524 cc and S-cycle knucklehead engine. Old school power, reimagined for a machine that looks decades ahead of its time. The exhaust system is fully custom, built specifically for this bike and tuned to match both performance and aesthetics. Even the steering is unconventional. An automated system replaces visible cables, giving the front end a clean, almost floating appearance. And when parked, the bike doesn't lean. A hydraulic suspension system keeps it standing perfectly upright, like a display piece in a design museum. The Full Moon motorcycle isn't meant to fit into any category. It exists to prove what happens when engineering, design, and imagination are given complete freedom.
Xpeng Aeroed. Imagine skipping traffic entirely and lifting straight into the sky. That's the future Xpeng Aero HT is building with flying cars. These vehicles are designed to move people across cities faster, without getting stuck in road congestion. Fewer cars on the ground could also mean cleaner air and less noise in crowded urban areas. But this technology isn't just about convenience. Flying cars could become life-saving tools. In regions with weak road networks, they could transport patients from remote locations to hospitals in a fraction of the time it takes today. Xpeng Aero HT sees flying cars as more than a novelty. The goal is to reshape transportation itself, making it safer, more efficient, and accessible to everyday users, not just the wealthy. The company is focused on reliability, affordability, and real-world use. As the technology matures and costs come down, flying cars won't be limited to one purpose. From emergency response to daily commuting, new use cases will continue to emerge. What once sounded like science fiction is quickly becoming practical reality, and the way we move may never be the same. Meet the ARC Aerosystems S5M, a cargo demonstrator built to push the limits of aerodynamics and flight control technology. Think of it as a testbed for the next generation of aircraft. This subscale model is crucial for refining designs, setting commercial standards, and helping certify new technologies. It can be flown manually or remotely, giving engineers plenty of flexibility during testing. The S5M isn't just versatile, it's fast. It cruises at 955 miles per hour, can cover 135 miles on a single flight, and climbs up to nearly 10,000 feet. Despite its size, it carries up to 132 pounds and has a maximum takeoff weight of 1,323 pounds. Power comes from 6 propellers, 5 ducted fans plus a rear pusher propeller. All of them are driven by battery packs neatly packed inside a sleek carbon fiber fuselage. On the ground, a tricycle-style landing gear keeps it stable. And thanks to its distributed electric propulsion system, the S5M gains extra safety, efficiency, and reliability. A true glimpse at the future of aircraft design. Kodiak Canvas Cabin Tent. Meet the cabin tent built for people who don't want to choose between comfort and toughness. This is the Kodiak Canvas Cabin Lodge from Kodiak Canvas, and it's designed for serious outdoor living. The tent uses heavy-duty Hydra Shield cotton duck canvas, giving you breathability without sacrificing weather protection. It feels solid, not flimsy. Setup is a 2-person job, but once it's standing, the space is impressive. A peak height of 7.5 feet means you can stand upright and move freely. Straight walls around the sides turn the interior into a true walk-around room, not a crawl space. The frame is built from galvanized steel tubing, engineered to stay stable in high winds and handle snow buildup without collapsing. This is a tent made to stay put when conditions turn rough. Cold nights aren't a problem either. A built-in stove jack lets you safely run a wood-burning stove inside. If you're camping without heat, the jack seals closed so no air or moisture sneaks in. You'll also find practical extras included right out of the box, like a durable storage bag and oversized steel stakes that actually hold ground. And if you want even more room, there's an optional enclosed awning that expands the living area, giving you a sheltered spot for gear or a place to escape the rain. This isn't just a tent, it's a base camp built for comfort, strength, and long stays outdoors. Manta 5 Hydrofoiler SL3. Meet the Hydrofoiler SL3 from Manta 5, a bike that doesn't stop at the shoreline. This machine takes cycling off the road and onto open water. As you pedal, a submerged hydrofoil lifts the bike above the surface, reducing drag and delivering a smooth, fast glide. It feels less like floating and more like flying. Getting started is surprisingly simple. A deep water launch system helps riders lift off with confidence, even if it's their first time. Once moving, you can choose from 11 levels of electric assistance, adjusting the effort from relaxed cruising to a serious full-body workout. The design is built for real-world use. The frame breaks down into 5 modular pieces, making transport and storage far easier than you'd expect for a water-going bike. On a single charge, the battery supports up to 4.5 hours of riding, plenty of time to explore coastlines, lakes, or calm bays. Aska Fly eVTOL. The idea of flying cars isn't science fiction anymore, it's being tested in the real world right now. A California startup called Aska has just reached a major milestone. The company successfully completed the first test flight of its electric flying car, the A5. What makes this vehicle different is its flexibility. On the ground, it drives like a normal car. In the air, it takes off vertically, combining elements of an airplane and a helicopter into one compact design. No runways required. The test flight happened just weeks after Aska received flight testing approval from the Federal Aviation Administration. That quick turnaround shows how serious the project has become, and how close this technology really is. The prototype that flew was full-scale, not a concept model. And according to the company, the flight went exactly as planned. Now, the focus shifts to certification and safety testing, the final steps before public release. If all goes according to plan, the A5 could enter the market as early as 2026. The expected price? Around $789,000, clearly not for everyone, but a strong signal of where transportation is headed. Flying cars may not fill the skies tomorrow, but moments like this prove the future is already taking off. Tinger Proto. Meet the Tinger Proto, a bold new all-terrain machine built for people who refuse to stop where the road ends. First revealed in Australia in 2023, this amphibious vehicle is designed to handle land and water with equal confidence. Mud, snow, sand, or shallow rivers, it's made to keep moving. Inside, there's generous space for passengers, making it suitable for group trips or family adventures. The exterior leans futuristic, with a clean, aggressive look that signals performance before it even starts moving. On land, it can reach speeds of up to 80 km per hour. When it hits the water, it cruises at around 6 km per hour. Thanks to its low center of gravity and impressive ground clearance, it stays stable and responsive even on rough, uneven terrain. This vehicle isn't just about transport, it's about freedom. It's built for explorers who want independence and the ability to go anywhere without changing vehicles. Deep Flight Super Falcon. Meet the Deep Flight Super Falcon, a personal submarine that's redefining underwater exploration. Designed by Graham Hawkes, this winged submersible, officially called the DF-302, is built for thrill seekers and tech enthusiasts alike. It runs on batteries, cruising smoothly between 2 and 6 knots. But speed isn't the only highlight. This sub can dive as deep as 1,000 feet while carrying up to 230 kilograms and 2 passengers comfortably. The Super Falcon's design is all about control and agility. It descends at 200 feet per minute and ascends at 400 feet per minute. Its wings, when extended, span 3 meters wide, stand 1.6 meters tall, and stretch 6.7 meters long. Fold them, and the width drops to just 1.4 meters, perfect for tight spots. Built by California's Hawks Ocean Technologies, the Deep Flight Super Falcon isn't just a sub, it's an invitation to experience the ocean like never before.